Good evening. It is Cosmic Connections, and I am Cassandra Joan Butler along with you. And I want to make sure that my mic is good. Let's see. I think it's good. Maybe I just unplug it because I'm not seeing. I should have done a mic test. Well, welcome, friends. We're going to talk about astrology. Good evening, Paula. Can you hear me well, or even a little bit, Paula? We're going to talk about, hi from Australia, Gabby. Hello, welcome. We have, good evening. I guess you guys can hear me, otherwise you tell me not. John, hi, good evening. Welcome, Crystal. Hello. So, perfect. Thank you. Isn't that amazing? We are living in the most amazing of times where I can sit here in my woods in the country at 8:00 p.m. here Eastern Daylight Time and talk to folks all the way from California. Hi, Monica. Hi, Patricia. And hearing well, great. In Atlanta. Hi, Isaac. Thanks for all being here, my dear friends. Tonight, we're going to talk about the exciting Jupiter moving into the sign of Pisces. And in reflection, the question of the night is this: how do you make your mind up about important decisions? Let's think about thinking tonight. Let's think about the process of how you are able to discern and discriminate from so many options in life and how you make decisions. By the way, I want to identify myself one more time. Cassandra Joan Butler from Buffalo, New York, a very proud Agent 56 with the CIA, the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, consciousness, intention for astrology. So, we're on different platforms right now, and feel free to please like the Facebook page and also subscribe to the YouTube page if you're listening from YouTube. Alrighty, so that's what we're going to talk about. Dear Sister Chris, hi Becca, hi Marianne, Dennis, and Karen. Hello, good evening. We have a little community here. Pam is our resident photographer. She does amazing work. Go to her Facebook page. Hi Christine. Hello Rebecca from Costa Rica. Hello Michael from the UK. Good evening, Miss Linda. Dear friend, I get to see you tomorrow. Hi Donna. Hi Francine. Sylvania Perez from Guatemala. Good evening, my dear friends. Let's think about thinking, because I think that is going to be an imperative as we navigate the world we live in, especially this world. Let me explain astrologically. I think one of the hallmarks of the year of transformation, otherwise known as the year of COVID, from an astrological perspective, was that we had the north and south nodes. Now, those of you who are brand new to astrology, I want you to picture a spine in the sky where there's a head and then there's a tailbone. And the spine in the sky incorporates the eclipses. So the head of the eclipse in 2020 was in the sign of Gemini. Now, even someone with a passing acquaintance with astrology knows that Gemini is the twins. So Creator, in its infinite wisdom, made a lot of twos in our physical bodies, right? We have two hands, two eyes, two kidneys. Oh, yes, friends, we have two brains. We've got a right and left hemisphere. So very often, a quick read on Gemini is the way we think and the way we communicate, based on the hemispheres deep inside our cranial cavity, right? We've got this left and right brain, logical and emotional, sensitive and intuitive. So therefore, the head of the eclipses, the spine in the sky, was pointing to the head of Gemini, which is facts, logic, the news, the nervous system, but primarily data, more data. And then the tail in the sky with the eclipses from May of 2020 until right now, we're still navigating the eclipse cycle of Gemini and Sagittarius, is in the tail of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is kind of like conclusions, wisdom, the authority of the teacher preacher, the know-it-alls. So, but that's in the tail. So in other words, we are learning a new way of thinking whenever the eclipses are in Gemini and Sagittarius. So at the same time, and we're still going through this, but we're going through it tonight. So that is what inspired me to talk about thinking tonight. At the same time in 2020, we had the mystical, wonderfully mythical planet Neptune creating a 90-degree angle popping up against the eclipse cycle. So Neptune is about dreams and illusions and delusions and dreams and illusions. I said that. And psychic abilities. So Neptune moves really slowly, friends. It takes like 165 years to go around the entire orbit of the sun. So when it's positioned against logic and wisdom, it kind of fogs up the landscape. So I think let's agree about one thing. Wherever you may be on the planet, this has been one heck of a ride in terms of processing information relative to our survival individually and collectively in 2020. Yeah, information. How do you make sense of everything related to COVID and everything else? Okay, so touchstone. Next week on May 13th, we have, supporting cast of players moving into what we would call the right hemisphere of our brain. And that is, my friends, Jupiter in Pisces. Santa Claus indeed is coming to town. Now, I did a wonderful, thank you very much for the opportunity, Agent 12 and founder of the beautiful CIA, Julia, for allowing me to do a workshop on Saturday on this very topic. I'm going to be doing another one, by the way, if you missed that, with another venue. And this might be more recognizable to those of you who are in Western New York, although the Fellowships of the Spirit is a worldwide organization. I'm going to be doing a workshop on the 13th. So you're all very welcome to sign up for that, or to sign up for the CIA and become a member. You get lots of perks, including lots of free webinars. Well, in any case, I digress. This particular movement, my dear friends, is going to enhance our intuitive centers like no tomorrow. Because the last time Santa Claus, or Jupiter, the biggest planet in the solar system, conjoined with Neptune, the magical, mystical, good witch of the Wizard of Oz, Glenda, the last time these two were together was in 1850. And that was the time of the great 19th century transcendental movements and theosophy and the occult sciences and so forth. We all got very, as a collective humanity, became very much aware of intuition. So back to my question of the night. How do you make important decisions? Do you just trust facts? Do you just trust your intuition? Or, look, I'm a Libra rising. I'm all about negotiation within my brains. Or do you try to blend both and come to your decisions? I can't speak for the rest of the world. I know we have people from all over the globe, and I'm going to say hi to you all as much as I can. Hi, Christine, Paula, Karen, Dennis, Marco from Tulum. Oh, Marco, you lucky duck. I was there at the beginning of the 2020. Tulum is an amazing, amazing place with all of the architecture. And anyway, every place on the planet is wonderful. Hi, Mary. Hi, Jan. Thank you for sharing. By the way, thank you for reminding me, Rebecca, for sharing, because as you share, your names go into my little basket. All right. Hi, Cindy from Asheville. Hi, Jill. Hi there, Tarlisa. Hi, Cindy and Rebecca and Lynn and Janet. You're also awesome for being here tonight. Hi, Erica. Besos. Thank you, Janet. Hi, Louisa. Hello, Kelly, Darlene, and Lois, and Sherry, and Josie, and Tina, and Michael. Woohoo, Geminis, you thinkers, you. And Susan. And Janice, hi, sweetheart. You're with your doggy, Sir Tibbetts Wick, and your cranberries. Lynn, Lisa, Elizabeth. Hello, everybody. Hi, Mary, Taylor, Janine. Aloha. Mary Jo. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Nancy. Hi. Hello. Big hugs to you all. Okay, so nice to see you all. So if you share, your name goes into this bin, and then I pick, and you win really cool gifts. And the gifts that I am now sharing with you, in my mind, is a great avenue for astrology, which is the Sabian symbols, which kind of combine both of these elements of the logic and the intuitive, because most of you might know the story, but it's a fabulous story. And I know we're coming through the Australian astrology hub. Of course, it's worldwide, CIA. But those of you want to do a shout out to a wonderful, wonderful woman named Linda Hill, who's an Australian writer. And she rewrote the original in a more modern text of the Sabian symbols. Sabian symbols were given to us during meditation by an astrologer, Mark Edmund Jones, and Elsie Wheeler. And you can find lots of cool Sabian symbol sites online. Check out Linda's because she's just amazing. Well, I like them, the Sabian symbols, and that's what you're going to be winning tonight when I pick your names, by the way. Is a listing of your Sabian symbols, because in my mind, they combined and blend both the detailed work of astrology with more esoteric symbolism, because our brains are able to perceive things and make sense of things using both the lobes. We all know that, right? So this has been an extraordinary year. And these are my hopes. These are my hopes for when Jupiter makes the ingress into Pisces next week. We begin to have healing, not just with the V, not just with the V. I'm a little paranoid. I'm Scorpio. I'm not going to say the word, right? Because, oh my gosh, they'll be thinking I'm talking about the V, and then I'll be turned off and I won't be able to talk to you. Yeah, there's a lot of C going on, censorship. I'm not saying anything terrible, am I? All I'm going to really pound in my dear friends' minds tonight is, please, when you are facing decisions about the big V, use both sides of your brain. On Friday afternoon, I picked up a newspaper, a local newspaper from Buffalo, and the headline was something like this. I think they referred to people who don't want to get the V as resistors, or whatever they call them, resistors. Resistors have gut feelings against getting the V. That got my attention because I'm a big gut feeling girl. You know, I totally respect my gut feelings, my intuitive self. That's what I do. I do that day in and day out with you, my dear clients. I use my intuition. I've done a pretty good job of cultivating it through wonderful classes, right? Including the ones at Fellowships of the Spirit and at Lilydale, to help kind of bolster my natural intuition, psychic abilities. Oh, by the way, you all have them. If you have half a brain that's intuitive, you are every bit potentially as intuitive as the psychic next door, except we just kind of pound. We exercise it all the time. So this headline was like laughing at people who use their gut feelings to not make the decision to take the V. And I was thinking, that's kind of rude. I would never do that, being the negotiator, Libra rising that I am. So number one, I do hope that we can get past the old V and the mask shaming and begin to respect each other for making decisions based on what's best for us. But as I'm talking to you tonight, I am a little concerned because another question, you can add it to the list of questions and feedback if you'd like or not. How about if you're a parent who has to make a decision for a 12 or 13-year-old to receive a medication that is only been allowed to be given out in an emergency situation, and your little sweetheart, your little 12-year-old, your little 14-year-old has a very, 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 very low chance of passing away from the V? What do you do if you're making a decision for someone else? My best advice to each of you is to do the blending. And I think that's the trick question, right? Do the blending. Do your own research. Get the data and the facts, even though the data and facts do change, because that is the nature of science. The nature of science is based on hypothesis, test, synthesis, hypothesis, test, synthesis, and change. Data drives truth. And as the data changes, so does the truth. Intuition is a little different. Intuition is a mode of gaining information. I think, this is my 2 cents with this, friends, is a practice of aligning to at the intuitive centers, the non-verbal, symbolic, metaphysical, divine, numinous energy that's all around us. Most of us would agree that the way to cultivate that right side of the brain is to do something creative, right? Maybe some of you are musicians or artists, but all of us dream. And when we dream, not just at night, but when we do the daydream trip, we're accessing that part of ourselves that's connected with nonlinear time. So my hope and dream for the planet is that once Jupiter arrives, once Santa Claus comes to town next week, all of us are going to start feeling our way to making important decisions like, do I get this medication for my child or not? Do I get the medication for myself? I guess M is opposite V. Well, it's not really medication. Well, whatever it is, are you able to make a decision when you're blending? And I'm sorry if people out there don't want to take it. Gut feelings is not a bad thing. That's just so 60s. Oh, she's just got a gut feeling. I'm sorry. Since 2012, friends, Neptune has been in Pisces. How many of you in this room have watched and have practiced meditation, yoga, tapping into your inner senses? You know, I've been around the block. I've been doing this psychic weirdo work and astrology for pretty much 4 decades. Back in the day, my clients were, kind of like the superstitious older ladies. No more. No more. They're everybody at every age and every possible sex. Speaking of the way our mind works, please be aware, and I know everyone in the room is aware of this anyway, but I want to remind you that the idea of persuasion and making decisions is based on a very long history of the ability to hypnotize and use propaganda in such a way as to convince societies and persuade them into particular arenas. I put this on my Facebook page, and some of you may have read between the lines and some of you may not have. But I want to do a quote of the father of modern propaganda. Oh, I'm sorry, it's PR. Propaganda and PR are 2 sides of the similar story. His name is Edward Bernays. He writes, the conscious, intelligent manipulation of the gained opinion or habits of the masses is an important element in a democratic society. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is the true ruling power in our society. So that which is invisible is truly ruling us, according to Mr. Bernays. Now he's he came into prominence in the 50s and 60s. He's long been passed into spirit. But the idea behind this is that there's a mode to the technique of getting people to do whatever governments would like us to do. In fact, back in the old days, when I worked in news, I did work in news for 2 minutes. If you wanted to have a news story on, this is small time news stations, you often have to make connections with the news directors and so forth, and actually pay for your interview. That's still done. But now we're living in a brave new world because we have this medium. I can talk to you. I don't know many of you I know very intimately, but most of you I do not. You're around the world. All of us can have a voice and express ourselves using this medium, social media. It's pretty dang amazing. And so we're bombarded with contradictory information from different sources. This is all the more reason to tap inside yourself and to cultivate that inner intuition, psychic abilities, your symbolic self, however you want to qualify it. So tonight, why I'm talking about this, by the way, I'm always taking my cue from the natural world, right? Whenever I, prepare for seeing you on Wednesdays, I go, what's going on in the world right now? Well, at least in my little real estate here in Western New York, right now the moon is in Pisces. So it's corresponding with the theme of 2020 when Neptune was in Pisces and was squaring the nodes. So Pisces is very active. When Jupiter goes into the ingress in Pisces next week, the moon will be in Gemini. So I think my best message for each of us is to do the blending and to be conscious, to be very conscious that yes, does propaganda exist? Absolutely. What are the motives? And most importantly, how can you bolster up that inner alignment with the creator divinity that's in each of us? Call it whatever name you want. That's a Sagittarius thing. But experience what it is that is driving you. What's driving you? What are your instincts? What are your quote unquote gut feelings? And that news article tried to discredit the gut feelings. I'm sorry. I would say in my many years of working with many people on different venues, most of us make decisions based at least partially, but try to blend. That's the calling that's coming up for all of us and each of us in the next year. Not just be enslaved by what is presented as data and facts under the guise of science, right? Because science as a process is always going to change. It always needs to change because there's always more facts to behold and analyze. Alrighty. To thine own self be true. Hi there, Reverend Dr. Michelle Walker. Hello. Hi, Cindy. Okay. Again, trusting your feelings, no matter if you've got the V or not got the V, you have to make a decision based on what you want and to be aware of the multiple messages being directed at each and every one of us. So get away from the maddening crowd and make your decisions. And I do hope and pray that one of the effects of Jupiter, which is wisdom, in the sign of compassion, which is Pisces, is we stop bullying each other and stop telling each other what we have to do, what we can't do. We all have two brains. Let's use and blend both of them. All right. Okay. Lots of good comments here. Yes, Nancy tries to make all decisions blending the right and left. The shaming, I wish the shaming would stop too. Absolutely, Nancy. Hi, Marco. Love you too. Hi, Mary. Okay. You love meditating. Beautiful. A lot of meditators are in the room. A lot of yoga people. Be thyself. Right, John? Yes. we are having to do. Oh, thank you, Lois. I like my mug too. It was a gift. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. Thank you, Marcy. That's sweet. Hi, Sima. Hi, Rosemary. Okay, so throw your comments on there. Learn from each other, but no shaming here. But, I like what Jill just said about the bribery. I got to be honest with you. I am a little suspicious with someone saying, get the V and we'll give you a beer or a donut. Last I checked, donuts and beers are not health foods. Now, if they might bribe me with a little tofu or a little, never mind. I'm not going to start. Why not? I don't believe in I believe in plants, but I don't believe in meat that seems to pretend it's a plant. That's just my 2 cents. I don't want to offend anybody who are making those weird lab meats. You can eat the lab meats. Not for me. I'd rather have broccoli. Those chopped up little pieces of broccoli and cauliflower. But anyway, I'm very suspicious of someone trying to oversell something with a beer and a donut. Just my 2 cents. No shame there. No shame there. Okay. But I do feel that people are tired of the shaming. I do feel that people are wanting to get back. Of course we want to get back to normal. Of course we want to go back to our games and our social gatherings. Of course there is a deadly virus out there. Of course there is. But watch the data and also take care of each other and also watch what is and what is not being reported. In my own life, I work in a medical facility. I do massage therapy, and I am very, very, very sad and very sorry to say that I know too many people have had very, very horrific reactions to the V. My little experience. I'm just an ant on an anthill. It happens. Trust your gut. Trust that gut that seems to be disparaged by some. Read the data. Get your data from different sources. Know that throughout history, the people in power, the technocrats, the big guys, the elite, call them what you will, control in a very logical, reasonable, from their point of view, way, the narrative. Get beyond the narrative that's being spoon-fed. Watch for holes. Look with both set of eyes, the third eye, your physical eyes. Read, research. And heck, if you don't have time, depend on other people without agendas to give you the facts that they've researched. Look for the agendas along the way. 2 cents, very logical. You all know this. I'm just reminding you of this because tonight the moon is in Pisces. And right now, the Sabian symbol, I love the Sabian symbol, is an examination of the initiates in the sanctuary of an occult brotherhood, a hidden brotherhood, the fellowship of the rings, right? We're all in this together. And that's been actually a motto that's been bandied about because we all want to feel like we're connected with each other. Consider every source of every news that you listen to and turn it off and listen to the God of your understanding. You all know that. I'm just reminding you. Meditate, pray, walk in the woods. 2 cents. And if you're interested in learning all about the nuances of this wonderful entry of Jupiter into the sign of Pisces that's coming up on the 13th of May, please join me with the Fellowships of the Spirit. We're going to be actually experiencing the transit on Thursday next. If you are interested in astrology, many of you are already listening to me through the wonderful, amazing website that crosses the globe in all directions, the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. I know a lot of my friends from Buffalo have joined. There's so many resources out there. We are living in an exciting age, friends, because we are learning from each other. And that is Saturn Jupiter in Aquarius. The world is getting smaller. We can do this right now. We can connect. There is power with the people. Yeah, there's that invisible government, which is the true ruling power in our society. So says Edward Bernays. But they can't turn off the messages within. Right? All right. Let's talk about the messages for you for this remainder of the week. We have a beautiful new moon coming up on the 11th. So next week, I'll be talking about the new moon. My dear friends, between now and the 11th, I want you to do this. Clear out the cobwebs out of both sides of your brain. Clear them out. Clear them out. We're not quite there yet, but the balsamic time of the month is when we literally toss away, literally sometimes garbage out of our lives, but also fears, anxieties, grief, all the stuff that clogs up our soul. So I would strongly suggest between now and the 11th of May, when we have the new moon in Taurus, you let go also of things relative to anger, because it's from the new moon in Aries. Let go of the anger and the blame and the shame. And then we can start fresh and celebrate the abundance of Taurus that takes place in a few days. So during the balsamic time, when the moon loses its light, it is the best time of the whole month to let go of stuff. Let go of attitudes that no longer are useful, especially things related, again, to anger. And then we start all over again. We reshape our lives. This is what I love about astrology. It's so dang amazingly regenerative. It's always moving. It's always changing. We can always learn something new in astrology. We can always reinvent ourselves every day in every way. We are a new person. So tonight, and for the next couple of days, I'm going to give you a little snapshot. I call them the cookbooks, right? I'm going to go through the signs, and even those of you who do not know astrology could get something out of this. But you want to identify where Pisces falls in your chart. I'm going to overstate this a lot. I'm going to talk about this next Wednesday as well, on the eve of May 13th. Where Pisces falls in your chart, it's going to light up like crazy in the next year, helping you to do what? Bolster the right side of your brain so you can blend better. So you're not getting a one-sided decision with anything. You're able to trust data and then reflect on it, discern. In many spiritual traditions, I think most, there is an element of what's called discernment. The Ignatia movement, the Christian Ignatia movement, talks about discerning. When I took my classes at Fellowship with the Spirit, we talk about how can you decide what message you're getting? Is it me or is it Aunt Joe? How do you discern what information you're getting psychically or spiritually? That's a process. I think it's a lifelong process. I don't have all the answers, and sometimes I have really messed up. Okay, I'm messing up my bangs here. Whoops. I don't know. I don't really have bangs. They're kind of like whatever they are. Anyway, back to this, my friends. If you are Aries, this next few days is about you acknowledging your intuition, your dream life, your spiritual life. And you might be physically tired, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you're on top of the world. Trust your way of moving forward in a new, profound way. That's for the Aries. For Taurus, it's about your friends, your groups, your associations. This next few weeks is about you paying attention to who you want to hang with. Who do you want to call friend? And how do you want to move about the world in a new way? For Gemini or Gemini rising, this energy is in your house of career. You might be rethinking the way that you are leading or cultivating a new aspect of your leadership. Even if you don't have a job, we all take leadership roles somewhere in our lives. So that's it for our Gemini friends. For Cancer, you're going to be feeling the sense of expansion of your truth and communicating your truth. If you're in some sort of business that requires marketing, the next couple of days would be a very good time for you to cultivate a marketing plan. But unlike Mr. Bernays, you don't want to be the ruling class, whatever. Sorry, I had to bring in my new friend, Edward Bernays, as a reminder of the power of manipulation and persuasion. It has a long history. If you are Leo or Leo rising, this energy is activating your house that represents personal transformation, personal power through psychology or through mediumship. If you're Virgo, this energy is activating your area of the chart that represents your best friends. You might be cultivating new connections with the people who are important to you and celebrating the way you are connecting with them. For Libra, your work, and also the way you're working on yourself, Libra or Libra rising, the way you're working on your physicality. You're going to be acknowledging new ways of getting healthier. Yes. All those boring things like exercise. Exercise doesn't have to be boring. But Libra, you're on it in the next couple of days. For Scorpio, your creativity, your joy, your fun, this is being activated by the Pisces Jupiter that's coming down the pike. Also, the way that you are bringing your gifts, your creative gifts to light. For Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, this energy we can look forward to for you has to do with fun with the family, creative healing with family members, remodeling, changing the home, maybe even moving. For Pisces or Pisces rising, everything is, I skipped someone. Sorry. I'm never going to skip Capricorn. Oh, for heaven's sakes, you can't skip a Capricorn. Capricorn, this energy for the next year is going to be activating the way you think, the way you speak, and your judgment calls, your logic, basically, your ability to research and make new decisions, and becoming closer with brothers and sisters. For Aquarius or Aquarius rising, this energy is going to be activating your self-worth, your value, and your income. You might be seeing all three expanding and empowering you in a new way. All eyes on the Pisces energy. Pisces rising, Pisces sun, with Jupiter in your sign. Last time I was there was 12 years ago. Step into your greatness with confidence and charisma like you haven't done for 12 years ago. So it's a great new beginning for our beautiful Pisces friends. Alrighty, friends. Let's do a drawing. And since we're getting more and more, no, you can't skip the Capricorns, Michael. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mary, for the feedback. Thank you very much. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you for that, Nancy. And if anyone, you're so welcome, Miss Dirlia. Okay. All right, Cheryl, I understand that. We should talk, honey. Yeah, listen to that intuition. Better together. Be near water to help your meditation. Good advice. Wonderful. Let's do some fun now, guys. Hi, Sherry. Your gut feels off. Always trust the gut, guys. Combine both sides of your brain. That's the message from me tonight. And it's going to be probably reiterated again and again and again. I'm really bossy. I'm a firstborn. Nothing to do with astrology. I'm just a firstborner. My little sister's in the room. Love my sisters. Okay, so the winner of the Sabian symbols tonight. Retta Linza. I believe, Michael, that might be, might that be your sister? Okay, or John, rather. Retta. John, I don't know if I have her email, but I could send that to her, John. But Retta, because she had actually shared this. So please share this while I'm doing my thing. And then you get a name in the basket. And then, but it'd be so nice. I would greatly appreciate it, because sharing is caring. Is you share this Also, please, like me. Please like me. Please like my page. Please subscribe. We've become a culture of whiners, right? But, that's just how it is. When it comes right down to it, friends, we got to like ourselves. We have to like what we do. We have to like how we come to conclusions, and we have to trust our gut, and we have to trust our wonderful mind. We have to trust both. So in the end, as my mama used to always say, we come in singular and we leave singularly. So this has been an amazing experience to be alive during this year. And there's a lot more surprises, I am sure, to come, especially when the eclipses move into Taurus and Scorpio at the end of the year. I'm going to make a prediction right now. I'm not quite sure exactly what we're going to be talking about in a year, but I would hesitate to say the V will be yesterday's news in 1 year from now. Once those eclipses, remember the spine of the world, the head and the tail, the eclipse polarity, north node, south node. And so there we go. There we have it. All right, dear friends, if you want, I'm going to be working on an article tonight relative to this. Please sign up for my newsletter if you'd like. It's all over the Facebook, and I'll send that out to you. And I really appreciate you being here tonight very much. So I'm going to switch brains. I'm going to go into my right brain. And how I do that, my process, like so many of you, is to cultivate a spiritual practice. Got to do it. Got to do it. Now, it doesn't have to be my spiritual practice or their spiritual practice. I was doing a reading with a gentleman today. It became clear to me that what the chart, this is what I said to him. I said, it feels to me, for various reasons of why I said this, that you need to go back to your roots to find that which gives you satisfaction and to soothe your soul. He had a lot of trauma recently. And I was a little bit more precise than that. But he said, oh my gosh, just today, I'm an outdoorsy type of man. I'm, he likes to hunt and fish and that type of thing. And he said, I always would say to myself, that's where I find God. That's my church. And that was showing up in his chart. That by doing that action of being out in the woods and doing what he needs to do, that was going to help heal his heart. So find that which heals your heart, dear friends. And that's so imperative as we get into Jupiter, into the sign of Pisces. Welcome to be here, Diana. Hi, Melissa. Okay. Hello, Ellie. Hi, Laura. Thanks for being here. Some new folks. Share with each other. Good surprises. Okay, thank you, John. We'll be in touch. I want her email address. Okay, Claudette. Oh, I thought she had the same last name. Thank you, Claudette. Very nice. Leo, Kamala. How lovely. Leo rising, Leo sun. Job interview tomorrow, Mary. Because I know your chart pretty well, and we've got that. It's transformation for the Virgos, right? Transformation for the Virgos. I did, Michael. Us Scorpios, as we go forward in the next year, we're tapping into what makes us have fun, our creativity. All right. Any more questions? And then we're Cancer for you, Lulian, Kristen. Yes. Cancer for you. Hold on. Let me find my notes. I dropped my book. Oh, here it is. I think I would have this embedded in my brain. For you, my friend, the Cancers, with this ingress, again, this is like a Reader's Digest form of mini astrology. But it still gives you a direction. The energy is going to be in what's called your ninth solar house. Your ninth solar house is where you do your traveling and your pronouncements of your philosophy and where you expand yourself. So that's for the Cancers. Okay. All right, you guys can always replay this, and I don't know where we're at. I guess at 44 minutes, go back to 40 minutes, and we'll have the little expose of all the signs. Let's do some mediumship. And how we do this, the only way I can figure out how to do this equitably is for me to close my eyes and let my finger do the walking, and then I'll pick people randomly, and I'll just trust spirit. The other thing about cultivating the right side of your brain, you have to trust something greater than yourself. You call it what you will, but something greater than yourself. I'm not evangelizing here. Trust in your, back in the 70s and 80s, they call it your HS, which is short for higher self. JC works for me, but you can pick, something greater than you to connect with, or nature. When you cultivate, I think we're all going down a spiritual path in the next year, and that's going to help soothe and heal. All right, I'm going to say my prayer, and I'll start doing some mediumship. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love, light, healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. All right, so I'm just going to close my eyes. And I'll, so please do interact. The more you interact, the more my finger has chances to talk with you. All right. Tell it to the finger. Okay. I have stopped here with Miss Heather L. Moorer. Heather L. Moorer. I'm sorry, Heather. I'm mispronouncing your last name, I am sure. But my finger stopped with you, and you have lots of strawberries there. Okay, Heather. If you're still in the room, honey, I'll give you a little message. If you're not in the room, we'll go to someone else. Heather. Hi, Maria. Good evening. Hi, Rosalie. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Deb. Hi, Kimberly. Okay. All right. Hi, Claudette. Hi, Lynn B. Hi, Rosalie. Rose Chase. Hi. Okay. Hi, Crystal. All right. Hi, Dawn. Hello. People from all over here. I'm gonna do it again. New comments. Why do they say new comments? You're so sweet, Michael. I am. Thank you, Sarah. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Andrea. Okay, let's try it again. Okay. Catalina Galvin. Are you with us? Catalina. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Sarah. All you need to do is say hello. Can't post comments to some destinations. Okay, wonderful, Catalina. May I come to you then? Hi, Patricia. Great to see you again. All right. If you say, I think you're okay with it. All right. So let me kind of come into your energy, Catalina. So as I'm tuning into you this evening, I'm feeling a real sense of reprieve and exhaling. There was a movie many moons ago, it was called Waiting to Exhale. It feels like you've been under some enormous stress, Catalina, and there was either some news you just recently received, maybe relative to health or relative to housing. I'm getting health and housing that you received, and was like, oh, thank you. I can exhale right now. So you're in a state of gratitude and grace. Recently, I think it's been maybe 3 weeks. And as you are going forward, Catalina, into this new moon, it feels like you're going to be a lot more structured in what you're doing and how you're doing with, I want to say, the organization of This is kind of weird how this is coming through me. The organization of artifacts, like beautiful things. I'm feeling that there's a lot of items around you. Maybe you're an artist or something that creates beautiful figurines, or like I mean, the boxes of different things you're rearranging in your in your home. That there's beautiful things like, you know, crystals and so forth, that you're dusting and redesigning the objects of art. Because the French has a better way of saying that. L'objects de l'art in your home. And as you're doing this, you're creating a beautiful, more peaceful, serene environment for yourself. You're welcome, Catalina, to say yes. Oh, yes, you said yes. Okay, good. Moving forward, there is someone in spirit who wants to greet you. And I do not feel that she was of your mother's generation. She wasn't your mom per se, but an aunt to you, a mother's sister or a father's sister, who was a little bit on the eccentric side. She was a little different. She was funny and feisty and ahead of her time, a little bit of a feminist, Catalina. And she's coming in, it could be a great aunt as well, that you were inspired by her life because she did not follow the crowd, so to speak. Oh, thank you, Catalina. I appreciate the feedback. And with this particular spirit friend, spirit guide, this relative, she would like you to be inspired even more by her, because you're about to launch something, Catalina, something that's very deeply held within you, that's both spiritual and artistic and can help other people. And she wants you to touch in with what she had to go through and be fearless. Okay? Oh, I think that's her too. Thank you. Catalina, be fearless. There's something you're a little hesitant to launch. Oh, you know the number one shared emotion that all of us in this room share and across the planet? I'll say it with one simple sentence. We don't think we're enough. I don't think I'm enough. You think this is easy to do? I always get scared every Wednesday. And I go, all right, Spirit, help me go through this. If I can share a little bit of my experience or gifts, that's what motivates me. And that's the same type of feeling, Catalina, I'm getting with you. That Henny is actually saying to you, honey, you can do this. I had to put up with a lot of you know what in my lifetime, and be brave and be bold. And you want to launch whatever you're thinking about, darling, next week, even if it's one step at a time with the new moon. Okay? You're very welcome, Catalina. Thank you for being here. And thank you all for sharing this as I'm doing this. We're going to do one more mediumship message, and then I get to see you next week. I hope. Back here, same time. All right. All right. I didn't move it fast enough. I went back to Catalina. All right, I'll close my eyes. All right. I'm with Lynn B. Lynn B, are you still there? Lynn B. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I just saw you, my beautiful, beautiful cousin. Happy Mother's Day to you, darling. We are going to make some beautiful plans for this summer. There's nothing like a cousin's love, and I love my Michelle. Thanks for being here, Michelle. I just saw your name, honey. Hi, Augie. Okay, Lynn B, are you still in the room, honey? Yeah, still in the room. Lynn B. Okay. Lynn B. Just all I need is a yay or nay, sweetie. I'm just going back to the end here. Hi, Sky. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Claudette. Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much. Lavinia Jean. What a pretty name. Hi, love. Hi, Kat. As I'm tuning in, let me go. Lynn B. Dear God, please allow me to connect with Lynn. Let my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for her highest and best. As we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lynn, I suddenly got this wonderful image of fire for you. I'm not saying fire element astrologically. I'm talking about an actual fire. And I'm talking about having a bonfire or campfire or something like this. Is outdoors. It's surrounding with friends and loved ones. And I'm not in this time frame, though. I want to go back when you were, I guess, the teenage years, all right? And you gather with neighbors and friends and relatives. And there's someone around the fire, around the campfire, and it's a gentleman. He's in spirit now. It's two men, actually. And one of them has a very paternal way about him. And the other one is more like a brother. So I'm picking up two men who are coming in here from spirit. One may be a father, one may be an uncle, but it was like kind of like this festive time of your life. And yet at the same time, it wasn't always easy because within the family structure, there was some tension that was going on. And for whatever reason, I'm giving you this acknowledgement, Lynn, that you have done a lot within your family to soothe and be a bridge builder between the families. Okay. I hope that makes sense to you. You're welcome to make comments about this. And I would say this about you, Lynn, more in this time frame. Again, I'm going back to the fun and frolic of the fire around the campfire with the family, but there was some underlying tension during that time frame. But somehow you're being acknowledged from spirit that you were pivotal in the way that you have foisted understanding between the families. Okay, you understand that. Beautiful. Okay. It's like your spirit, Lynn, is so imbued with, I get the word rose. All right. Rose. The rose energy. You are blossoming like a rose. You've been working on yourself. Maybe there's a rose meditation you've been doing, or maybe you like roses. I'm getting all of this, that you are actually embracing nature's unfolding. And I think there's also someone named Rose in spirit who's saying howdy do as well. But specific to you, Lynn, you've been working on yourself and you've been acknowledging all the pain and hurt from, previous decades, and you're not letting it define you. You're doing gratitude work. I feel that you're doing calls, you're doing prayers. You've really worked on yourself. And I think that this upcoming year for you, Lynn, is going to be quite extraordinary because you're going to bring all the pieces of your well-deserved self-work on yourself to foster more community in your life. Okay, that's a good thing. Oh, your Aunt Rose. Thank you, Lynn. So Lynn said her mom said she was her Rose and you love them and you got an Aunt Rose as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that confirmation, dear Lynn. And thank you all for being here. I would love to be able to give readings to every one of you, but we would be here until the next day. And so we just do this randomly. We trust spirit. We trust those gut feelings. That's going to be my message for you all. Meditate, pray, walk in the woods, bake bread, knead, be kind to each other. Stop the blaming and shaming. We're going to do what's best for ourselves. But remember those awesome words of Edward Bernays, the invisible government, which is the true ruling power in our society. Don't be manipulated. Get your material and your information from various sources. Do your own research and trust your own intuition about whether it be this. It used to be a peace sign. Now we know what that says. Or whether it be anything. We are in pivotal times. it is power to the people. Jupiter and Saturn is asking all of us to connect like in these little groups and acknowledge each other and support each other. Don't be divided. Blend the brains. Make one brain. All right, dear hearts, thank you for being here. I really appreciate your energy. I feel it, and I acknowledge you and love you, and we'll see you next week. God bless.